Good morning everybody, welcome back to another video, and I'm going to start this one off with some exciting news that I'd like to share. I can reveal that this year I'm going to be an ambassador for the Haute Route France, which I'm excited about because I will be heading to Haute Route Alps in August this year. It's a 7-day event. Now, I was actually an ambassador for the brand a couple of years ago when I took part in the Haute Route Alpes d'Huez, which you can actually still find on my channel, the playlist of videos. I'll link it down below in the description. I had such a fantastic time. So the Haute Route is a multi-day event and one that really ticks all the boxes for someone like me. So this is a super bucket list event for me. From a personal perspective, when I won Haute Route Alpes d'Huez a couple of years ago, it was the first time that I'd kind of felt like a professional athlete again since pre-pandemic, when I was racing traditionally for professional cycling teams at the Tour Britain, Tour Japan, Tour Korea, you know, Volta Portugal, that type of thing. And up until, well, I would say up until now, my training has never really had to be at the same kind of level. You know, my training has always been to the point where, yeah, I would go through the motions, I would be specific to what I was training for, and then I would target it and bam, execute. But this event, Haute Route Alps, is a week long. It's 20,000 meters of climbing, which is something I have to prepare for. There's heat, there's altitude, there's, you know, 1 hour plus climbs, and a couple of them per day. So there's going to be a lot of factors, you know, fatigue resistance, things like that. There's a lot of factors that I have to think about, plan for, logistics, looking at the route and kind of picking it apart. And the cool thing is I'm coaching a couple of people as well who are sort of Haute Route veterans, and they're going to be preparing for it as well. So shout out to you guys, you know who you are. But for me, it's a chance to, you know, go back in time a little bit and take on this challenge and really push my limits. Like, hopefully I get a clean run, and we're going to do a bunch of events during the summer and in the spring now leading up this year to Haute Route Alps. And then we're going to see just how much I can push myself. So I'm just joining a Rouvy group ride. Oh, it's supposed to be a group ride. I think it's actually a race. We're climbing the Col Agnel, which is, I think, the 3rd highest mountain road pass or something like that in the Alps. So we're going to climb it virtually with about 35 other people. And this is really just a chance for me to see the route and familiarize myself with the climbs and things. But if any of you decide to sign up to Rouvy and you actually complete the whole host of climbs and routes that Haute Route have collaborated on here, then you'll earn yourself a little perk that goes towards entering the Haute Route yourself. Get ready. The real selling point with Rouvy is that you can actually ride the road, and that's a big deal, I think, for a lot of people who are maybe going to these events, but also, you know, any race where, you know, you've got any kind of decisive moments or first time check, 32 minutes 4 seconds, 50 seconds down on first place. I gotta make up some time on the second 10k this climb. Oh, 15%. But then from another perspective, there's you guys, the community, the viewers, and the whole social media platform. And you guys are the people that I also want to do this justice for as well, because looking at a lot of the events I've done, you know, the Ventoux Gran Fondo, looking back at Haute Route Alpe d'Huez a couple of years ago, to name but a few, you love the challenges, you love the climbing, and you love the process. And over the next couple of months, I'm going to be taking you through that and showcasing this build-up as the only way I know how, and the way that you've always enjoyed. So I jumped on Rouvy, and this is to kick it all off. There's a little series going on Rouvy, and I took on this climb, which was 20 kilometers, to see just what I've got myself in for. I maybe should have looked at it beforehand, because I do know now that the climbs are going to be pretty hard and pretty long as well. So this one took me just over an hour. Of course, it's virtual, but it's a really good way of at least seeing what's in store.
Haute route completed. Well, one of the stages anyway. Virtual. Here we go. So these are all the routes, and this is what we just done. Whoa, I'm cooked now after that. That was a tough climb. 21 kilometers in the end, with just under 1,400 meters of elevation gain. And we've got a few other routes to do. We've got 5 more. We've got the Izoard, we've got the Col d'Ez, Col Saint-Martin, Col de Telegraph, and the Comet de Roseland. Those are all on the schedule, and we've got to try and tick those off before the middle of March, and will probably provide me a bit of incentive to get my climbing legs on. I mean, the real good thing about this is that only some of these climbs I've ridden before. The Roseland, the Telegraph, and the Galibier. But I've never ridden like the Izoard, for example, the one we've done today, the Col Agnel. So I kind of know what to expect now, and that's a massive help. So I'm going to be live streaming over the next couple of weeks while I complete these. So if you're online and you catch me doing it, feel free to come on and ask me any questions. As long as I've got some breath to answer them, I will do my very best. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to making the most of it.